I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we are talking to a woman who is behind a phenomenal book that is a must-read if you want a better self and a better world. It is called The Metaphysical God in Relation to His Creation. It is written by Dr. Denise Gotautis, and she joins us live right now from Israel. Dr. Gotautis, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, I'm very, very pleased to be here and so happy that you decided to have me on your program.
My pleasure. You're joining us from Israel. Your book is based in Judaism. Tell me a little bit about this key concept, it seems, that's involved. Tikkun Olam, if I'm saying it correctly, right?
Yes, Tikkun Olam it means to heal the world. And this is the whole concept behind the book because I've seen so many people that are hurting, so many people with so much division throughout the world that it encouraged me to pen this book. I'm not normally a writer, but I decided to because I mean, if you look around, considering all the things that has happened, you know, and changed in the world since COVID and everything, um, it all you see is just a sea of hopelessness. And I was inspired because of the sadness, because of the divisions that's in the world, because of everything that's going on. Um, Metaphysical God and the whole concept of it is giving us a way to relate to the one who created us. That was the whole concept of the book. And then along with that, being the creation, because there are people, they're hopeless, like I said, and then at the same time, there's like a feeling that God is way out there somewhere in the wild blue yonder, and we can't really relate to him in a way. That's the whole feeling of the hopeless thing that's going on right now. And so I penned this because it gives you a sense of how God is to us, how he relates to us, how we matter, how we are a piece of that puzzle in the creation, how we matter. A lot of people feel like I don't really matter, I don't matter. I'm just, in the sea of people out there. I don't matter. My life is hopeless. My being is hopeless. I don't know if God really exists, and I just wanted to give everybody a feel of how in general we really don't think about the things around us. We think about the things, the solid things that we see, but it's more deeper than that. It's in a way of, as I said in the book, the protons, the neutrons, the electrons. If you've ever taken a science class, we never think about the fact that everything solid, it's not quite solid. Everything that seems like it is not quite, you know,
Exactly,
how it
exactly.
is.
I mean, it
Yeah.
all kind of is based in religion and philosophy and
Yes.
reason and logic, which is what I love about your book. If you take the classic example of you're walking down a beach and you find a pocket watch, you know right
Right.
away that that pocket watch was created by something. It had to be. It's too
Yes.
perfect. And then we look around this
Yes.
world and we realize there must be a creator as well. And I love the fact that your book helps connect people to this creator and connect people to God and find some stability in their life. And you address
Right.
certain aspects, such as the importance of dreams. Let's talk about that right now. What are the importance of dreams?
Oh, the importance of dreams. Okay, well, if you do believe in a metaphysical God, it's a way that he communicates with us. I really believe that. I had my mother, she had a very, very e- bad, bad and good experience. She had happened to have a dream, and it was a dream about her being in an apartment, about these guys come and robbing her. And I put this in the book, sort of. I'm going to share this if that's okay, Logan.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
she had a dream, for instance, that she was in an apartment. Two guys came to the apartment door. She opened the door. They came in. They robbed her. They, did everything they could, and they almost tried to kill her. They put, of course, they strangled her neck. And she woke up. This was a nightmare. And she called my grandmother and she shared this with my grandmother. And my grandmother, she thought it was, really, really odd. And at the same time, she tried to share this with her sister, my aunt, and could not get a hold of her. And so it happened a day or two later, the same exact thing happened.
Good
And
God.
it was almost like a warning. And had she tried to be insistent upon contacting my auntie to tell her about, hey, what appeared to be a nightmare, and it was very odd how she was unable to get a hold of her, she would have spared her from that situation that happened. So it was very odd, and I believe that dreams is a way of a warning, maybe, or it could be a way of God to communicate with us, to give us certain meanings. I know in psychology, certain psychologists will say, hey, this is a way that this is happening in your life. I mean, it could be subconscious, it could be unconsciously or subconsciously, or however you put it. But anyways, I'm getting tongue twisted. But
Right.
it could be a way for us to better ourselves sometimes, if we have a dream that of an impending disaster, maybe we
Exactly.
take it's, I mean, like, I'm
There's
trying to get the word.
messages in those
Joseph,
dreams. I think that's what you're trying to
right?
say. There's
Joseph, like
messages
Joseph
that
in the
are,
Bible.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
either feedback from within or
yeah,
input from without. That when
yes,
you get these dreams, I mean, I know I've dreamed vividly of my mother and my father who have passed, and I've had conversations with them. And I don't
right.
feel that's just pure imagination. I do feel that's some kind of connection. And I think that's where being a person of faith comes in. And I
Yes,
think
it
that's what
does.
your book is about, is the importance of faith and the importance of creating that good life. Like you said, you have to take a bite of the good fruit, not of
Yes.
life, not the bad fruit
Hmm.
of death. And you also talk about truth healing. Tell me a little bit about the importance of truth in our lives.
Well, the truth is, I mean, in relation to the book, it's a thing of substance. When people tell the truth, it's substance to that truth. I mean, it's evidence to that truth. It's solid. It's there. When there's lies, sometimes people invent things. A lie, it's like an invisible thing. It's something that's made up. It's something that you have to, um if you lie, for instance, is something that you make up. It has no substance to it. Metaphysically speaking, it's invisible, it's no substance, and you have to continue to make up in order to keep the lie going.
Exactly.
If
It almost creates a life unto itself, and it creates
yes,
a burden on the person who's carrying that lie, because
right.
one lie leads to another. Yeah, I think the truth for sure is extremely liberating. What I also love about your book is that it has information and meaning to people of all religions. You have it based in Judaism, but this also portends to the Christian faith as well, and the Muslim faith. If you believe in a creator and you believe in a God, that God is the one we need to connect with. And I think it's an important message for all of us to listen to.
Yes. And yes, it is. It's for everybody. It's although everybody has this way of thinking, hey, God, he's way out there, and we cannot possibly know what he thinks, or where he is, or how can I talk to him, how can I relate to him. Well, I believe, the book itself, I'm trying to put that connection in. If anyone read it, you put that connection together to where you could be able to relate to God on the level that he is on. Because metaphysical, it just simply means beyond metaphysical, beyond the physical realm. And
Absolutely.
for Christians, it probably would mean spiritual. For Jewish people, spiritual. For Muslim people, spiritual, or any other faith. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so yes.
So how did you you sound like an American. How did you wind up in Israel? Tell me a little bit about your journey.
I am. We decided to make a Aliyah in March. We decided to come and live here in Israel. And yes, I am an American, African American, yes. And I love it so far. It's desert here in Beersheba, Israel. And so, while being here, though, I mean, it's a great spiritual experience. You know, I was able to finish the penning of a book I started over a year ago, and it kind of, gave me that inspiration for it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So
So
it's
that's
really
another book
nice.
that
I
you're
have
working on.
pigeons ahead of me. I think the
Okay.
pigeons want to get on. I'm on my
Exactly.
balcony, actually. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Now,
Yeah.
one more aspect of your book I'd like to touch on before we leave today, and that's positive reinforcements. I mean, that really connected with me. Tell me a little bit about the importance of positive reinforcements within you.
Well, within you, metaphysically speaking, if you stand on that, the truth that we talked about, Logan, the truth, because the truth, it has substance and lies have no substance. If we be honest within ourselves and we tell each other outside of ourselves the truth about things, we will have a reinforcement. The truth, it just starts from within us. So that truth in us, it's going to reinforce us so that whatever we have within ourselves, we're going to share it outward. And that goes with just loving your neighbor as yourself. It goes, the whole matter of truth, it goes with love. And that right there, once you have that reinforcement within yourself, when it's going to show on the outside of you, the way you
Absolutely.
treat people, the way you are to everyone, it's going to make a difference, because each one of us, we are a part, an important piece of the puzzle of creation. And so when we know that and we are confident in that, the little bit that we do with the Tikkun Olam, the little bit that we do, it's going to make a difference and it's going to grow. It's not a selfish thing, but it starts first with us ourselves before it goes outward. So
Absolutely.
that
You
that is
have to love yourself first, right? Love yourself
right,
first, and then
right.
spread that love to your family, spread that love to your
Yes,
community, spread that love to your world. It's a
yes,
wonderful book. Where can people get it? I've seen it on Amazon, and you can download
yes.
it. You can buy the
Hmm.
physical copy of the book as well. And again, the name of the book is The Physical God in Relation to His Creation. It is written by metaphysician, philosopher, and psychotherapist, Dr. Denise Gotautis. Denise, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I
My
really enjoyed this
pleasure.
conversation.
I enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. I feel like I'm a better person for reading your book. And
Oh,
so I encourage our viewers at home to do the same. And to those watching, I'm Logan Crawford. Until next time on Spotlight.